We're constantly asked, what is the latest trends in data analytics? Where's the market going? What's next? What's the next big thing? And I'm stretched repeatedly to find an industry that's not impacted by data analytics. As we look about, I think every single piece, every single industry, every single piece of work that's done is going to be transformed with analytics over the next few years. When IT came about, it was interesting because a lot of companies jumped ahead, built these fancy websites, took a lead in what they thought was a game-changing industry. Today, IT is integrated in every single company in some form or the other. Analytics is really heading that way. Today, it's still something that gives you that competitive edge. In 5 years, I see it being more of a business function in every department. There'd be some role of analytics, some role of advanced intelligence reporting, insightful action. That's really going to become the way business is done today. And once again, we see that with the way the resources are going to be shrunk and the lack of resources that will be available going forward as for analysts. Looking at specific industries, like I said, I can't think of any that haven't had the impact of analytics. But just taking a few, for example, one industry that's sort of coming on board now is the gaming industry, and that's a lot with the casinos, the online gaming. Today, if you look around, the ways to interact with players has changed dramatically over the last 5 years. Casinos are far more aggressive in the way they reach out to it. They're far more targeted. They're far more relevant when it comes to reaching out to their players. The same goes for online. As casinos or online institutions are reaching out to players, they're finding ways to really connect with them in a different way. That's just one example. In financial services, when you get into the product mix, that has changed dynamically. Prepaid has become a huge thing, and analytics is leading the way in understanding what's going to happen in that industry. We look at tourism, retail, pharma, and these are just a few of many industries that are impacted by analytics. Analytics really is going to be the game changer in the next decade. Obviously at IQR, we're excited to be a part of this and leading the way in many of these industries, the change that we see that's coming. So using your data to drive your business, to predict your business, to better understand your business is something that's going to be important in every industry going forward. It already is prevalent across many industries, and it's continuing to drive the change that we see. Financial services is no different. We see so many changes coming down the path. More and more big banks, small banks, credit unions, community banks are all looking for ways to deepen the relationships they have with their customers. If you look back and see the metrics that banks were measured on, that has changed tremendously over time. TD Bank is a great example that leads the way in finding ways to connect with their members across multiple products. That's how they're measured, and that's how banks will be measured. So if you don't start understanding some of the relationships that your customers have with you today, taking that to the next level is going to be a big challenge. That's one of the big things we see analytics solving, is finding what works for members, what doesn't work for members. How can you deepen that relationship? The second thing is really around the product change that's happening. More products are coming in. Financial institutions are looking for ways to redefine themselves and appeal more to their customers. A good example of that is the changes that are happening in the student loan market. Student loans have gone through huge regulatory changes. The way they're originated, the way they're processed, that has changed tremendously. And financial institutions are using analytics to lead the way with student loans. A similar product that's out there that's going through a lot of transformation is the prepaid product.